Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. I hope your New Year's Eve celebrations were fun but also safe. And maybe you're enjoying your New Year's Day meal. We just picked ours up from a local yummy place, Costa's here in Fletcher. Getting ready to eat it. So I wanted to continue our study for Epiphany, the 12 days of Christmas leading up to Epiphany. So day 8 for the 12 days of Christmas, and 8 represents the Beatitudes found in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew 5-7. The Beatitudes are paraphrased as blessed are the meek, poor in spirit, those who mourn, those with a hunger and thirst for justice, merciful, clean of heart, peacemakers, and suffer persecution for Jesus' sake. So let's look at day 8. Tried to get it, wouldn't be so hard to get. There we go. Day 8. January 1st, New Year's Day. Luke 2, chapter 2, verses 21-40. There you go, the 8 maids a milking. Cute picture. Okay, here we go. Let's read it. Luke 2, 21-40, excuse me. On the 8th day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived. Jesus presented in the temple. When the time came for the purification rites required by the law of Moses, Joseph and Mary took him, baby Jesus, to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord, as it is written in the law of the Lord. Every firstborn male is to be consecrated to the Lord, and to offer a sacrifice in keeping up with what is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of doves or 2 young pigeons. Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was on him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Messiah. Moved by the Spirit, he went to the temple courts when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him what the custom of the law required. Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people Israel. The child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary, his mother, This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thought of many hearts will be, many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul. There was also a prophet, Anna, the daughter of Penuel, of the tribe of Asher. She was very old, and she had lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and then was a widow until she was 84. She never left the temple, but worshipped night and day, fasting and praying. Coming up to them at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. When Joseph and Mary had done everything required by the law of the Lord, they returned to Galilee on their own town of Nazareth. And the child grew and became strong. He was filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was on him. Thanks be to God. My dog in the background with his lead. Collar. Simeon was such a strong man of God. The ability to know who baby Jesus was shows how connected Simeon was, and Anna as well. Just to be near someone with that dedicated faith, it just amazes me, and I just love it. I feel their peace and some sort of presence wrapping around me when I'm with those types of people, or in a space. And when I've gone to the Cove in Black Mountain, not too far from here, Billy Graham's Training Center, I feel that so much. It's just beautiful, such a peace, and just the presence is just amazing. So people who are sincere in their faith and truly dedicated to God with all they have are the kind of people who puts us above their needs. Let's see, and Anna. So, continuing with the symbols for Christmas, and it's very timely with this passage that I'm going to say about the dove, which is used a lot in Christmas, and it's about the peace on earth that comes through Jesus Christ. It's the purity of Jesus. It's beautiful. So again, it's the 8th day of the 12 days of Christmas. 8 maids a milking for the Beatitudes found in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, which is in Matthew 5-7. The Beatitudes are paraphrased as, "Blessed are the meek, poor in spirit, those who mourn, those with a hunger and thirst for justice, merciful, clean of heart, peacemakers, and suffer persecution for Jesus' sake." And one of the two resources I use a lot here during this time talks about, celebrate a different saint each day of the 12 days of Christmas. Today is Mother Mary, Jesus' mother. We celebrate her today. And we also go into the one that's kind of celebrated activities for this time of year, 12 days of Christmas. And we remember what Christmas is truly about. There's a book written by Jeff Smith. It's called The Frugal Gourmet Celebrates Christmas. And at the conclusion of this book, he writes, "Want peace and quiet and perfection in entertainment. We want peace and quiet and perfection in entertainment. The Bible wants peace, not fulfillment for all persons, not just the lack of war in the midst of the darkness of the year. We have tempted to turn the Christmas into our holy light, dependent upon our own successes." My laptop is trying to give me problems today. More drama. Technology. In the midst of the darkest night of the year, we have attempted to turn Christmas into our holy light, dependent upon our own successes. But that is not the meaning of Christmas. We suffer from post-Christmas depression because on our own, Christmas does not work. It is not the tree, or the dinner, or the planning, or the weather, or the relatives that make the Mass of Christ. It is the child, Jesus, baby Jesus, the child that come to the manger and be amazed. God is confessing his love for us. How utterly amazing God comes to us as the baby in swaddling clothes. Just a beautiful ending to that book. And I have to go find the book. So continuous celebration of Jesus' birth, Christ's birth, throughout the 12 days of Christmas is one way of focusing on Jesus as a child. And this will also lead you to Epiphany, as we've been saying, and more joyful celebration as the amazing acts of Christ revealed throughout the season. So I will talk to you tomorrow for day 9. And again, have a wonderful, blessed New Year's Day and New Year as a whole. Go enjoy your traditional meal if you enjoy that, and have a blessed evening. Take care. Love y'all. Peace be with you.